Hello and welcome to Teasing the NFL. This is your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo along with Andrew Chang here. We are taking you through the late afternoon games for week 1 of the 2020 NFL season. Second late game on the board is a battle in the AFC East. It is the Miami Dolphins going to the New England Patriots. Andrew's favorite Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
So I know. So New England's the favorite here at -3, and your total is 43.5. So Miami gets teased up to +9. New England gets teased across the 0 to +3. Your over gets teased down to 37.5, and your under gets teased up to 49.5. All right, we all know Andrew is known without a shadow of a doubt is going to pick that Miami, right? Right? I'm typing in it right now. Let's go.
Man,
typing it,
Danny, I don't know what kind of parallel universe you've been living in. I don't know what kind of teasing the NFL you've been watching. But anyone who's a returning viewer or a new viewer should know that the Miami Dolphins are not on my list. I'm sorry. This is the year that I'm going to write Tua off as not your guy. And this is the game that's going to prove it. So, we got Mac Jones. We got Tua. They came from the same school. Tua's got some new wide receivers from the same school. Mac Jones, I mean, he's just being thrown into a blender in New England. But, Miami, okay, it's
I love the pause.
It's okay because I remember in the season when they were favorites, it was always a riskier bet. However, I find it perplexing that they are the underdog by 3 points. Is there any specific reason why? I don't feel that the Patriots defense
warrants being 3-point favorites.
Correct. And I don't think that the weapons... I really don't think that Mac Jones... It was just tough. Between Scam Newton and Mac Jones, it was hard. I mean, I feel like. Maybe not looking at retrospect, I did say that the Patriots last year could be the team that lost to the Jets. And they almost did.
They almost did.
So, looking at them being a -3 favorite, the first game at home, Gillette Stadium, with a new Mac Jones, that's kind of fishy. For me.
I knew you were gonna say fishy.
It's kind of fishy.
Because it feels like it to me a little bit.
And so I don't think I can pick a side. Although I think, well, actually I know since I saw, but I'm leaning kind of more towards, no surprise, the over at 37.5.
You like that small number. I know you do.
I mean, yeah, granted, Mac Jones could be a total flop, maybe throw 2 pick sixes, and guess what? I got 14 points on the board already. Can Tua get me any points, though? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I think that Miami defense could, and ultimately, it is still Bill Belichick.
That it is. It is.
You know what? And Brian Flores, great new head coach for Miami. Really good job on the culture there. I still think they have one of the better defenses and special teams out in the league.
They do.
So it's kind of tough. I don't want to pick Miami because, God,
it would break his heart.
It would. It would. But I think they're good enough, and Mac Jones is good enough for the over a combined total points of 37.5. Danny, tell me why you're picking what you're picking.
Yeah, so you bring up some really interesting points. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree, number one, with the fact that New England just made their decision on Mac Jones. I think they should have let him develop a little bit more, but I mean, it's Belichick. I'm not going to necessarily question him. In the end, he is still one of the best coaches in the league.
He's got 6 more rings than us, I guess.
Clearly.
Yeah,
clearly.
Guess,
yeah, so, I mean, if he thinks it's his guy, go for it.
Cool.
So that's one. I think, okay, I'll get to that point in a minute. So my lean in this, I'll just get to it right now. My lean in this is Miami +9. I'm with you 100%. New England should not be a favorite of -3. I think this game should be maybe New England -1 or pick them, because you're coming in with a fresh new quarterback. It's hard to trust rookie quarterbacks in their first going, let alone their first going against a tougher defense. It is Belichick, so you do have to give him a little bit of credit for it. But I don't think it's warranted. I think it's 2 points over for what it should be. So in a game that I deem that's going to be close. It's going to be close because both of these teams have good defenses. New England still has a good defense. Miami's defense is better than what it was last season. I think they have a chance to be top 10. New England's going to be top 10 as well. So in two really good defenses, number one, should lean you to the under. But more important for me is that if you have two really good defenses and expecting lower scoring, you want as many points as possible. I think Miami has every chance to cover this. Normal number of 3, I think they have a chance to score a small upset, be able to get the win here. So I'm going to take the +9 because I think their defense is good enough to keep them in the game for the entire time. And unlike him, I want to see what Tua's got. I think he's got enough talent. I think he's got some talent. I think he's got enough talent to be able to make a really good quarterback in the league. But we'll see.
I will say, I feel Tua has a better supporting cast than Mac Jones.
Yes and no. New England's got the better offensive line. They have maybe the better running game, but they don't have the wide receivers that the Dolphins have. Right. The Dolphins do have a good running game too, and their offensive line is in the middle. I don't consider them as good as New England, so you do have some good points there.
Well, yeah, and on your Miami team, you got your boy Devontae Parker.
Right? Yeah, Parker's
and then, it was Jalen Waddle, right?
Yeah, they drafted Jalen Waddle in the first round with the number 6 pick.
Is he starting? Do we know?
He'll have to start because Will Fuller is suspended for the first week.
Former Texan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I should just change my bet from that. But since Will Fuller's not playing, they're not going to win.
A target that Tua loves is Mike Gesicki. He gets to him a lot. That's a target to actually look at, which is really nice. And then their running game is actually really good. I'm a fan of Myles Gaskin.
I was about to say
And then you've got Malcolm Brown, who's going to take a lot of the red zone, in my opinion. So that's why I can't take a Miami running back in fantasy. But we'll see how that goes. But I think there's more leaning toward, there are more facts that I like leaning towards Miami than New England. It's hard to trust a new quarterback at the first time. In the big leagues, and it's not an easy defense to go against. If they're playing somebody like Cincinnati, or if they're playing, even like a Minnesota's like middle of the road defense, in my opinion. I would maybe think about New England more, but Miami's a tough ask as your first go around, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just now with that argument, I'm kind of thinking to myself, man, Miami, without the bias that I have against Tua. Mm-hmm. Kings of the cover last season.
Yeah, they were.
I want to say 4 teaser bets, right?
Not even teaser bets. You bring up a really good point. I'll quickly go through it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Miami was king of the cover. They were 11-5 last season.
Amazing. That's really good.
Amazing part is, they were really good at home, but away they were actually 4-4, which is actually one of the fewer good teams that were able to be able to do it at home, do it away from home. Totals wise, they were, where are they? They were 7-9. Totals away from home, they were 4-4. Even Steven there. New England against the spread was 7-9. I think we teased them once or twice, and you needed the teaser when we played them for sure. At home, they were 5-3, so I think they'll be about the same this season. And in totals, surprisingly, and it's actually, now that I think about it, it's not that much of a surprise. They were 5-10-1 to the under. 5 overs, 10 unders, 1 push. At home, they were 2-5-1, 2 overs, 5 unders, 1 push. That means their defense kept them in games a lot of times, but at the same time, their offense wasn't able to get enough scoring to be able to cover that total.
Okay. And I feel with this defense, they could give Mac Jones some troubles. I'm maybe looking at Miami to get 1 pick 6 in this game. But
they could.
The way Tua performs, he can get the ball rolling, but I'm just not sold on him yet, per se. I think I came out last season as just being hypercritical and
Big hater.
yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay, you know what? Not maybe. Yes, huge hater. But it's warranted, I feel, when you have a quarterback just in 3 quarters and you put in somebody else at the helm in the fourth quarter and they have the same exact stat. So I can't deal with that. So for that reasoning, I think I'm going to stick to my guns and go for the over at 37.5.
Okay.
I feel that anything, an over under 40, I think should be something to look
I
at.
would disagree with that sometimes, but I understand where you're coming from.
Right, yeah, but like I said, this is a crazy league. Anything can happen, so we'll see.
See, I'm on the opposite of that. And because I like the defenses in this is an under for me. 49.5, it's 7 touchdowns, and you're still safe.
Oh, gosh.
It's a lot of scoring.
Okay, all right. We'll see Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
I'm actually looking forward to this game. I want to see what if Miami progresses further, and I'm curious. I'm always curious to see how rookies do. And I want to see how Mac Jones does. I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm thinking, at the 3:00 slot, it's gonna be KC and Miami for this guy, but we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, but we'll see. But let us know in the comments how you think this game's going to go. If you're betting any of these sides or totals, leave us a comment below. But until next time, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. If you like the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest videos and previews for the rest of the season and week 1 here. We got a few more games to go for the late afternoon game, so stay tuned. But until next time, make sure you get your bets in. And of course, don't forget to be a tease.